Good evening, everyone. I'm Dave Armstrong, the president of St. Thomas University. And I'm so happy to have this opportunity to talk to you tonight about an education in law. One of the reasons why I came to St. Thomas University is because of our wonderful law school. For over 30 years, it's been educating excellent lawyers here in South Florida and beyond. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about my story and why a legal education is so important, especially for today's world. The thing about law is law permeates every aspect of society. So whatever area you have an interest in, it really is very universal. And you can find a job and a career in any area because law is a part of that. And it's the true liberal arts education. Liberal meaning free thinking. It's the true liberal arts education where you learn how to think critically, think analytically, write well, read well, communicate effectively. That's what being a lawyer is. And so for me, I started reading about the US presidents when I was 6 years old, and a lot of them were lawyers. And I thought, well, if I wanted to be the president of the United States someday, then I needed to get a law degree. So everything I did in my life was to prepare myself for a career in law. And after graduating college, I went on to law school, and my hope was to be a corporate litigator on Wall Street. But as it happens in life, sometimes things change. I ended up getting an internship for a municipality in my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. And I was able to be an assistant to the prosecutor in the city of Lakewood, Ohio. So I had over 70 trials before I even graduated from law school. And I loved being in the courtroom. But at the same time, I started coaching high school football. I was a high school and college football player. My high school coach asked me to help out, and I fell in love with coaching. And so I made a decision after graduating from law school and taking the bar exam in Ohio that I was going to go and coach football at my alma mater for nothing. I could still hear my mother screaming at me today about that one. But she supported me in following my passion. And my passion at that time now was educating young people, especially through athletics. But I passed the bar exam and had my law degree. I eventually started using my law degree to help families and students that I knew that were in car accidents or had personal injury issues, so I was still keeping my hands in the law. And then I started moving up the ladder in administration in colleges, and something happened on one of our campuses where the president asked me to get my license active and to navigate the institution through the situation that we dealt with. And it just so happens we ended up being on the ground floor of the combination of Title IX, sexual violence on campus, and campus safety. And next thing you know, I'm considered one of the foremost lawyers in higher education as it dealt with policy and procedures on campus. And so that legal career, having that law degree, helped me even when I was moving away from it in my career. It brought me back in to be very successful, which then allowed me to be a college president. I was a general counsel for a college, and eventually that helped me in my interview process to become a university president. So when I had the opportunity to come to St. Thomas University with the law school here, I knew I was very interested. And the program that we have here at St. Thomas University is very unique, and to be honest, when I was a student, I would have jumped at the chance to be in a program like this, a 3+3. And getting done with a law degree in 6 years instead of 7, and getting out into the world and practicing law. When I was an undergrad, I had great mentors. They knew I wanted to be a lawyer, and I asked, what's the best major to be in to go to law school? And it was an interesting answer. Political science, history, and English were the 3 majors that they talked about. Why? Because all those majors will prepare you for what you have to do in law school. Reading comprehension, writing well, thinking critically, thinking analytically, all those items are in those programs. I chose political science because of my interest in government and politics, and because I knew I had phenomenal professors who were going to help me be able to make a quality argument in writing. And that was invaluable for my time in law school. And so tonight, you're going to hear some great things about our program from some excellent professors, the dean of the law school, the dean of admissions at the law school, and some of our professors at the university. And you are going to hear wonderful things about how they educate our students to prepare themselves for a phenomenal career in law. But the most important part is not just the educational side. We, as a Catholic university, educate students to become ethical leaders in the global community. That's very important. And to me, there's no academic program better to become an ethical leader in our society than to get a law degree at an excellent school like St. Thomas University. So God bless all of you. As we say here, go Bobcats, and enjoy your evening learning about an exciting academic career that you can have in the law.
Thank you very much, President Armstrong, for that wonderful welcome. And I want to welcome all of you. I am Dr. Jameson. I am the director of the BA-JD program here at St. Thomas University. I'm also the director of the political science program and a college professor. And I'm delighted that you decided to spend the evening with us today. I'm joined here by wonderful colleagues from St. Thomas University. Dean Jessica Fonseca Nader from the law school, Mr. Otis Miller, the Director of Admissions at St. Thomas University, and we collaborate with our students. They always help us as well. Ms. Mary-Faye Abbey, who is going to help us tonight. And I want to thank the STU Communications Department for helping us to put this together, which is an effort, collaborative effort of many here at St. Thomas University. So we promise to give you information that will be useful if you think that perhaps you want to follow the path to become a lawyer. This information, we hopefully some of you might decide to join us here at St. Thomas University, and we would be delighted to have you either at the undergraduate level or at the law school. But also, as you heard our president, St. Thomas has an ethical mission to serve not just our students, but the South Florida community. So we hope that this information will be useful to you. We are going to be available to help you in your path deciding if law is for you, whether or not you decide to come to St. Thomas University. So let's start with the presentation. The presentation will last an hour. Please feel free to ask questions in the chat button that we are all so familiar with Zoom nowadays. We'll be more than happy to follow along. If we see questions, we'll interrupt. If not, we'll be delighted to answer your questions at the end of the sessions. And we can stay longer, as long as you need us or want to continue the conversation today. And we also will give information on how to contact us if you have questions after tonight. So like I said, tonight we are going to start with the ins and outs of getting to law school. We hopefully will share with you an accelerated path to law school. And I told you already that this is a joint collaboration between St. Thomas University, Political Science, Pre-Law, the 3-for-3 program, and the St. Thomas University School of Law. So let's start. So the first question that I'm going to ask is, why pursue a career in law? And I'm going to ask Dean Jessica Fonseca Nader to walk us through these questions about what do lawyers do?
Well, as the president mentioned, law is a part of everything. And as a lawyer myself, not quite the president of the university, but my legal career has led me to higher education. And I am the Dean for Enrollment and Scholarships at St. Thomas University School of Law. But the JD is very versatile. So who are lawyers? Lawyers are leaders. They are problem solvers. Many attorneys will practice law and go to court, do transactional work, but they are also world leaders. They are general counsels for corporations. They are general counsels for universities. They are compliance officers for hospitals, for universities, for corporations, for industries, transportation. They are also CEOs of corporations. It is nowadays over 9% of CEOs of large corporations are attorneys. They are lawmakers. In essence, because of their problem solving and their skills that they learn in law school, the JD program really is a versatile degree. As the president mentioned, the reading, within the JD, you develop reading comprehension skills, you develop writing skills, you develop critical thinking. Look at all the 60, these are just a sample of 60 alternative careers that law school graduates have. So the person who wants to be an entrepreneur really can be that, because you're going to be dealing with contracts, you're going to be dealing with a lot of different people, and that law degree becomes very valuable. And being able to get that law degree being able to get that law degree in 6 years is really invaluable. And with that, I'll turn it over to Dr. Jameson to tell you a little bit about the 3+3 program.
Thank you, Dean Fonseca Nader. So if you want to become a lawyer and you are right now a high school student, you pretty much have two different paths to achieve that goal. The first path is after you finish your high school degree, you will earn your undergraduate degree. Undergraduate degrees usually consist of 120 credit hours, and you can achieve this degree usually in 4 years or less. If you attend summer school, many of you tonight, I know that are dual enrollment students, so you are bringing credits already, which means that you can attend and get your bachelor's degree in less than 4 years if you have AP courses. So just to give you an idea, you usually will take 15 credit max, because you need to make sure from day one that you get a good GPA to go to law school. The law school median GPA is 3.3. So this first path, you must meet all what is called the general education requirements, your English, your math. Then you must meet your major requirements, and that depends on the major that you pick. And you also have electives. Many students decide to do a double major or do a major and a minor. For example, you might choose to be a political science major, like myself. I'm a political science major, or President Armstrong, who is also a political science major. And if you choose that major, you're going to take courses like Introduction to Political Science. Politics is the feel of the day today, right? With the elections and all the exciting things going on. American geopolitics, comparatives, and you take law classes like immigration law, constitutional law, that will help you understand for your next path. One, to figure out if this is for you, and two, if it is, to starting to get the skill later on. At St. Thomas University, the political science program is aligned with the American Bar Association in the student learning outcomes, which are those critical thinking, writing, reading skill that President Armstrong was talking to you about. The second path, which is also a path for some of you who might consider it, is to do the 3+3 accelerated path. That means that students will earn their bachelor's degree, I said it already, 4 years or less, and then they will go into the law degree, the Juris Doctor. Usually a law degree takes 3 years after you finish your undergraduate degree. But if you choose this path, you will be able to cut 1 year of your undergraduate degree, and you'll be able to do the degree in 6 years instead of 7. 6 years instead of 7. So students complete, if they follow this path, their freshman year, their sophomore year, their junior year, and then they don't do the senior year at the undergraduate, and they go and they apply to law school, and they do the first year of law school, and that first year of law school becomes the last year of your bachelor's degree. The St. Thomas University law program is 30 credits that then they win transfers. And then the students will be eligible to get their bachelor's in political science, for example, and continue 2 more years to finish their law degrees. The student will then continue and can also get a master's degree at the same time. This, for the 3+3 to work, you need to be at St. Thomas University. So what is the incentive for some of you to go into a 3+3 path? Well, you save 1 year of tuition. For those of you who know for sure that your parents have told you since you were a little kid, you are going to be a lawyer and that's what you think you're going to be, and you're sure that that's your path, you'll be able to enter the workforce a year earlier. The students can also, like I said, decide to get a joint degree. Besides the bachelor's, they can get some master's and the Juris Doctor, all in 6 years. The beauty of this program, if you think that St. Thomas University might be an option for you, is that you can apply and get admitted to the program, but then you can opt out if you think that it's not for you. You can also, let's say that you don't have the requirements to get in, and we'll talk about those later on. You can actually come to St. Thomas University, do 1 year of your education, and then decide and prove yourself. And if you do with a good GPA, we'll let you come in as a sophomore. What is important though for this program is academic advising is crucial. You don't have many credits to waste. So St. Thomas University is a very personalized university that will make sure that every credit that you're taking can be applied to this program. Now, what are the implications of this program? Sometimes many of you say, I like to play sports. And sometimes you may or not be able to play sports after if you go to law school. The inability that if you go, you're not going to be able to do 2 majors. Some of you are indecisive and you like to have 2 majors or a major and a minor. Financial implications, because once you go to law school, some of the financial aid as an undergraduate might not apply. It might be too soon for some of you. You are enjoying the 4 years in undergraduate experience. You need more preparation, or you're not ready to take the LSAT, which Dean Fonseca Nato will talk a little bit more about, which is the exam to get into the law school after your sophomore year. So both paths are equally valid. Get your bachelor's degree or do the accelerated program. Now, regardless of the path, and I'm really talking to you, particularly the students who are in high school and thinking about that law is in your future. If you want to be a lawyer, you must be a dedicated, hardworking student who takes pride in their work from year 1. So if you're one of the students that perhaps are having a little bit of fun in high school, and you can have fun as an undergraduate too, think about, however, that you need to become a serious student that has a good GPA. The law school will look at your GPA. You also have to have a good rapport with faculty that get to know you, because guess what? We are the ones that are going to write that letter of recommendation for you to get into law school. So you need to make sure that faculty gets to know you and they can write a good letter if you are a good student. You have to possess good writing skill, critical thinking, and ability to write well. That's why it's important that you choose a major that allow you to grow in those skills. You need to excel in the LSAT, the exam to get into the law school. And then additionally, if you have any other experience on top of that, if you can do an internship, mock simulation, some of you have the opportunity to do that. If you understand the American system, how it works, for example, issues related to civic, for instance, by choosing a political science degree or a degree that makes you write a lot, like an English degree, that is a plus. So now we're going to find out, how do you really get into law school? And for that, I'm going to ask my colleague, Dean Fonseca Nader to continue explaining to us the path towards law.
Thank you, Professor Jameson. So a couple of highlights from about the 3+3 program is, if you think you want to be a lawyer, the 3+3 program is a no-brainer. You shave a year off of school. If any of you are athletes, a lot can happen. In that third year, when you have to make the decision, do I continue on this path of the 3+3, or do I continue on this path and complete my 4-year degree? You can decide you're going to opt out of the 3+3. So there's no penalty for opting out. So it's something to consider, even for those of you that are athletes and have those 4 years of eligibility. Law school is challenging, so we don't want to say, oh, we can work something out and you can do that 4th year while you're in law school. Probably a conversation we can have, but not something that any of us here are prepared to commit to. The other benefit about the 3+3 that Dr. Jameson mentioned is the advisor. This is a small program. The 3+3 is a program that you're going to have specific advising from your major and specific advising from the law school. We collaborate. We have a lot of activities that are specific to the 3+3 students. And the guidance that you're going to get on that road to law school is guidance like no other program that you'll have. So a couple of things in terms of the application timeline as to when you would be applying to law school. The summer before your junior year, and it comes on you pretty quickly, you start preparing for the LSAT. And for those of you who don't know, the LSAT is a law school admissions test. It is an exam that all students who attend St. Thomas must take. The LSAT and your GPA are really important components of the application. Dr. Jameson highlighted that our median GPA is a 3.3. So you haven't started your undergrad studies. Those of you that have your parents next to you, I know your parents tell you all the time, I'm going to tell you, your GPA and your grades matter. Make it count. When you start college, you start with a clean slate. Let's keep it up. You want to be taking the LSAT in October or November of your junior year. You can take it before that, but at least October or November, you want to have that first, no later than October or November, you want to take that first LSAT. A nice thing is you'll be applying to law school in your junior year. The application becomes available September 1st. We'll have application workshops. We've already had 2 this semester. But the really nice thing is any student in the 3+3 program automatically qualifies for a $5,000 scholarship to the law school. That is in addition to any merit scholarship. And I will say that the merit scholarship is based on, you guessed it, your LSAT and your GPA, because it's the one thing that everybody brings to the table that's the same. As a 3+3 student, you'll be able to attend admitted student events. And we have an introduction to legal studies program that you would do the summer before you start law school. Introduction to Legal Studies is a 2-year program. It is not for credit, but it really serves as that foundation to help you succeed in law school. Then what will happen is you'll do amazing in law school in that first year. In the spring semester of your first year of law school, you will apply for graduation from your bachelor's degree, and you will walk in graduation in May with everybody else. All of your friends that you started with in your freshman year. I want to give you a glimpse as to what the first year curriculum looks like. So this, for many of you in your headspace, you might put this is your senior year of your bachelor's degree, and it's also the first year of your law school. And you will take 30 credits. And those 30 credits at the end of the first year would transfer over to your undergrad studies for completion of your bachelor's degree. So you would take civil procedure, contracts, torts, legal writing, criminal law, constitutional law, property, advanced legal research and writing, and legal skills.
Dean Nader, can I ask you a question? Is this the course typically a first-year law student will take, regardless of if they come with a bachelor or a 3+3 program?
Great question, Dr. Jameson. The answer is yes. When you are part of the 3+3 program, there's nobody identifying you as 3+3 once you start at the law school. other than for scholarship purposes and my notes. Nobody will know that you're 3+3. You are a first-year law student at that point. And then at the end, when you walk through graduation, you can be a senior for those moments, but you'll be a law student and wrapping up your first year of law school at that point. Couple of program highlights that I want to tell you about the law school. Some great things that we do at St. Thomas Law School that the president has already mentioned. We have 10 certificate programs. These are concentrations. So if you already know this is the type of law that I want to practice, some of our concentrations, you can read them there. They include criminal practice, they include admiralty, tax, business, environmental law, real estate. But what's really neat about these programs is they're packaged for you. We've identified the courses that are going to help you along with this path. We've also identified skills-based courses that will help you in this area, including internships and externships. So most of these certificate programs have an externship component. And I have to highlight that at St. Thomas Law, because of the location, located between Dade and Broward County, Miami and Fort Lauderdale, there is a lot of opportunity for placement, a lot of opportunities for jobs, meaning that our students have 100% placement for our clinics. We are able to place our students in a clinic. Every single one of our students who chooses to do a clinic or externship has an opportunity for that experience. We have nationally recognized trial advocacy programs, which means our moot court that does more like appellate work. And we have a trial team. We have 5 joint degree programs with the university, including in sports administration, in criminal justice, an MBA with a focus on accounting, MBA in international relations, and then we have an MBA in sports administration. We also have a study abroad in Spain and in the Netherlands. These are great opportunities for students to really get out there and explore the world as well and study law while you're at it. I do want to highlight that an important piece of St. Thomas is many of our students are first generation. 85% of our students are minorities, and we're very proud of that. And we also offer the opportunity for students who may be first generation and don't have that individual, that mentor to guide them in their studies. We offer a lot of programs in academic success. As I mentioned, the Introduction to Legal Studies really helps you develop some of the skills that you need to succeed in law school. We have an academic success program as part of the first year where we have second and third year students who have been successful in their courses that are available as to first years. They're available for meetings. They're assigned, every student has a academic success fellow assigned to them. They have group sessions and workshops for the students to help them prepare for classes, including on how to note take, outlining, exam writing skills. We are hands-on and really are invested in ensuring that our students are successful from day one. So I do want to highlight a piece of the application component when you apply to law school, because I want you to have a sense of some of the expectations. Because I think this will help you plan, even as a freshman, on how to really have a strong application. So the LSAT, if you would think about the common application, LSAC is the Law School Admissions Council, and they hold the applications for all of the law schools. So when you apply to law school, you're going to register with the LSAC. Interestingly enough, you can register already, and I'm going to put the website up in a couple of slides, but lsac.org, you can register now. They are a source of resources. They have a lot of information on law schools, a lot of information on preparing for law school and the application process. So it may become overwhelming at the moment, but it's not too early to register with them. A CAS report is what they put together, where they include your evaluated transcripts from all of your undergrad programs and letters of recommendation. Professor Jameson mentioned it earlier. I want to highlight that the letter of recommendation is critical. It is an important aspect of the application. It is important that you make a good impression with your professors. The way you do that is being prepared for class, participating in class, being engaged in class. These things, one, are going to help your grade, but are also going to help you connect with the professor and ensure that you get that positive letter of recommendation that will later help you for law school. LSAC also administers the LSAT exam that we spoke about earlier, and they offer that exam 9 times a year. There is a limit to the number of times you can take the exam, but nobody really wants to take it more than once. And then we have the application. And the application includes a personal statement. This is a statement about who you are and why you want to go to law school. We do workshops on personal statements, so I won't spend too much time. If you come in as part of the 3+3 program, this is definitely something you'll get to hear about from us. Resumes, and we do offer fee waivers when you apply, but obviously as part of our 3+3 program, we're always going to waive your fee for the application. I mentioned the Law School Admissions Council, and these are some of the services that they offer. As you prepare to take the LSAT, they have a free LSAT prep course that's called Khan Academy. Many of you may be aware of Khan Academy. You might have used it for your math studies. And they also offer a lot of law school forums. These are like law fairs that allow you to go and explore the law school experience. So down here is that website that I mentioned earlier, www.lsac.org. And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Otis Miller. He's the Director of Admissions for the university, and he'll talk to you about how to apply to St. Thomas University. Otis.
All right. Hello, everyone. So it's simple, you all. Free application. You go to stu.edu/apply. It is, like I said, it's free. No essays are required. Scholarships are available. And now we are test optional. So meaning we need your transcripts. And that's it to make an admissions decision. And we will get that decision to you once you submit your application, submit your transcript. We plan on getting that decision to you within the next 24 to 48 hours to help you out and speed up the process. So also for the 3+3, average GPA is a 3.0 to be admitted specifically for the 3+3 program, which we're talking about today. Once again, we're still test optional. Be sure you submit your FAFSA. FAFSA has opened up on October 1st. Get that stuff done. The sooner you get it done, the sooner you'll get a response back and get your financial award package. Okay. So like I said, October 1st, it has opened up. It's now November 11th. So time is moving. In order for us to receive your FAFSA, you need to add our school code, which is 001468. And once we have your FAFSA, we'll be able to financially package you and get you all of your awards. We have merit awards that are based off of your transcript, your GPA. And we also have the Florence Bayonk Educational Trust Scholarship, which is specifically for the 3+3 program. You can apply for this scholarship. And if you are awarded this award, you'll receive $4,000, which is $1,000 at each semester. So this is an additional award that goes on top of that merit award that you receive. But the biggest thing that you all need to do is visit. Check us out. Come actually check us out on campus. Once you visit, if you are a transfer or a first time or going to be a first time freshman, we have a $1,000 scholarship for you all. I see we're getting ready to play a video. 1 second. We have a $1,000 scholarship just for visiting campus. So actually check it out. Come look at our moot courtroom. Come check out our law school. Come check out our cafeteria and all the new buildings, our brand new business school building. We're getting ready to break ground for a brand new residence hall, a brand new fitness center. Come check out all of these things so you can actually see it for yourself. At the end of the day, you really don't know about it unless you go. and come and check it out. So earn your additional $1,000 scholarship just by visiting. So biggest things, like I said, apply, it's free, submit your transcripts, do your FAFSA, and visit us, all right? And to wrap it up, we have a quick video that we're gonna play. If it loads.
No.
If it doesn't load, basically it's a quick 30-second video. We'll send it out to you all later to check it out. But really it's a video of all of our students, just a little quick hype up video so you all can get a visual of what's been going on campus.
So we apologize that it hasn't come on. Maybe it'll come on while we talk. If anybody has any questions, we're happy to answer those questions.
I saw one question that it came in, so I'm going to answer that question that it came in. Somebody was asking if a transfer student can go into the BA/JD. I think it will depend of how far are you in your studies, because in order to do the BA/JD, you have to meet all the requirements of a major. There are only 4 majors that you can choose from to become part of the 3+3 program: political science, criminal justice, psychology, and English. So for instance, if you come in and you are a business major, you already have 2 years that you've done somewhere else, we're not going to be able to use those credits to apply them to one of these 4 degrees. So that will be the only thing. But if you, for example, your first year were general education requirements, you've done your math and your English, and you come in BA/JD political science, and we can apply it. So the main thing, the key thing will be to contact us directly and let us know who you are and what are you bringing to the table. One thing that is important that I wanted to talk to all the students and mentions, this is sometimes it's very, it's exciting, but at the same time, many of you are not sure. Do I have to pick a degree? Do I have to do it now? And the answer is no, you don't. But if you have a general idea that you believe, perhaps, no, I know that I'm not going to be in the hardcore sciences. I don't want to be a physician or biologist or any of that. Then give yourself a chance to start exploring in your first year a course in criminal justice, in political science, in English, and get a little taste. And after that, you can always decide to declare a major in the second semester. There's nothing wrong for those of you who might not know from day one that you want to be political science lawyer. You can figure that out. And if you already know for sure, it's wonderful. And still allow yourself to explore and see if this is for you or not. Anything that you like to add in that sense, any of you?
So not to that particular question, but there is another question in the chat that that's asking about partaking in the joint degree program as a 3+3. And the answer is yes, you are eligible to do the joint degree program. Once you're accepted into the law school, anything that's available to any law student coming in any other way, it's available to you. So that in effect would leave you with a JD, a BA, a JD, and a master's in the 6-year period. So that is a possibility. The person who is asking about if anybody wants to pursue a PhD, interested in teaching law at the collegiate level. So you could earn your JD, and we do have some PhD programs now. Otis, I don't believe you do. Do you do the graduate admissions?
I have a little hand in it.
Okay, so maybe you could answer. Do we have a PhD program? I think we have a PhD program in leadership now.
Yeah, we do not have a PhD program in law.
Right.
No,
But it's a PhD it's a PhD in leadership.
Yeah.
And what you can take is you'll have your JD. The other thing is we do offer LLM programs, which are masters in law. So it's not a PhD track. It's a master's in law, and we have masters in law that we offer in intercultural human rights and also in cybersecurity. But to take that PhD route, we do have a PhD program, and it is in, I believe, in leadership.
Yes,
Now,
organizational leadership.
Dean Fonseca Nader, because I know that to teach at the college level, at the four-year college, you have to have a PhD, which is like after your bachelor, your master's, and then you go all the way to a PhD. And then you can teach at college level. But do all your professors also in the law school need to be PhDs?
The answer to that is no. Some are, but most are not. So you do not need the PhD, but it depends on where you want to teach. So, you know, that is something to think about.
Okay, let me see if we have any other questions. There's one, if you want to practice cybersecurity law, do you suggest pursuing a JD and an LLM in cybersecurity? Dean Nader.
So the answer, that is actually one of the biggest growing fields right now. They do not have enough people to fill their position. So anybody who's thinking about college right now, that's where it's going to be. The answer is yes. You could do your JD program and then do the LLM in cybersecurity. For our LLM in cybersecurity, we actually do not require the JD. We allow students who have graduated with a bachelor's to participate in this LLM in cybersecurity because it's such a niche area that it just adds value to the knowledge. And it is a very practical cybersecurity program, and it's completely online. If you want to visit the website for the law school is stu.edu/law, and then you can go on our cybersecurity link. We'll have the link. I'll put in the link for the cybersecurity. I was going to put it in the chat, but I don't think if you'll be able to pull it, but maybe you can see it.
In the question and answer, perhaps. Yeah. If you put it in the question and answer.
I can do it. I'll type the answer there, so I won't.
Yeah, and also we're going to put our contact information, and we will mail you information about us. So if you see an email from us, it's just because we want to offer our services and be at your, at your service. If you have any other question that happens after you finish today, feel free to contact any of us. We are all very attentive to the needs of our current students and potential students, and we will answer you immediately with any type of question. Let me see if there's any other questions. And
there is one that maybe you might be, if somebody wanted to become a civil rights attorney, what major is the best one? I think you might be the best person to answer that one.
I think that right now, I mean, it's a great field to go to, and political science will be an ideal major because we are covering a lot of the things that are going on right now, right, in society, civil rights type of issues and human rights issues, all that type of issues. So political science will be a very good degree to do that. Now, I had another question. Somebody asked a question here, and I think, Dean Nader, you can answer. Some students ask if you have to know from day one what type of lawyer you want to be. That's a question that many times my students answer. I don't know if I want to be civil lawyer, criminal justice. I mean, could you answer that for us?
Yeah, that's the great thing about the JD. When we started this, I told you how versatile it was. So you don't have to major in anything. You don't have to focus in anything. You can explore and take a number of different courses. Really what you're getting out of law school is those skills that are going to make you a good problem solver, that are going to help you communicate well, that are going to help you with your writing, with your communication skills. Those are the skills that you develop as a lawyer. What you end up doing, my first job out of law school was medical malpractice defense. I never took a medical malpractice class in my life, but I learned. I knew how to research. I knew how to analyze the law. And so, like I said, it's a very versatile degree. It's the foundation that the JD degree gives you that really allows you to do almost anything.
And that's in general, right? That general, the more you advance in your education, it's not that you're going to have the answers to every question, but you'll be able to have the skill to find the answers to the question, even if you don't have the answer to the question. And that's what in general is so important, to really consider and allow yourself to continue your education, to continue with a bachelor's degree, and to get as much education as you can, because it will pay off.
Another question in the chat: do you recommend taking internship in your freshman year in university?
No, we do not. We do not recommend you to take internships, because in the first year, like I said before, you come into college, everything is so new. There's so many things you have to learn, and you need to enjoy too your first year at the same time that you're studying, exploring your majors, what do you like. So usually we don't recommend that you start with an internship. If you come to St. Thomas University, we will work with you to see what type of internships become available and try to place you in internship. I have students that have worked. We have great relationship with some government officials. We have great relationship with some attorneys, and we have been able to place the students at the undergraduate level to get experience, or to just get a feel for that, if that is what you like. But no, we do not recommend you taking an internship as a freshman year.
And I'm going to agree with that. And I think even in law school, focus on what the internship is giving you. The internship is not something you just want to put on the resume. The internship is really something you want to get value out of. So to say, I worked with so-and-so senator, but if all you did was get their coffee and learn nothing else, it doesn't help you. You are better off taking a class or studying for your classes. It is important to find out, what is so-and-so senator do day in, day out? What is so-and-so senator, what skills does he or she have? What did they study? What did they take? If you're not able to get those experiences out of an internship, you're better off enjoying your college experience, doing well in your college courses, challenging yourself in your college courses, getting involved in your school community, because a lot of times with your school organizations, you will do community service and sometimes give back to the community in ways that your internship won't give you. So be very selective about your internship. Don't feel you just have to pack your resume with internships.
That is correct. Any other questions or anything else, or is that you like to add from the admissions perspective?
And we'll follow up with everyone after this. And if you have any other questions, like down the road, like Dr. Jameson was saying, we are here to help out everyone.
Yes, and we love to do, either come and visit us, or we are also very happy to do, I've been doing one-on-one Zoom meetings with potential students that are, even if you are exploring, and it's okay for you to explore and to find out if St. Thomas University is for you or not. But even if you have questions about this, please reach out to us. We are available. This is what we do for a living. We're full-time professors, we're full-time employees, and we love to help you.
And we do want to share our contact information. You can find Otis's information there, Dr. Jameson and myself. So you can take a screenshot of it, whatever you need.
Please do not hesitate to reach out.
Please. And we do want to thank you for spending the evening with us. Again, for additional questions, reach out, but we did enjoy informing you of this fabulous program, and hope you will reach out to St. Thomas.
And again, yes, I echo that. I want to thank each and every one of you who are here tonight, and I want to help the support of St. Thomas University and President Armstrong in supporting us in this endeavor in reaching out to students and helping you become a leader for life. So we're going to stay a couple of minutes, a little bit longer, just to make sure that if anybody else has any questions, do not hesitate to just put it in the question and answer session. They're anonymous, so we will not know what you're asking. So please don't feel free to ask any questions. Okay. We will stay, but if there are no questions, we hope to see you soon and have a wonderful evening. If not, we're going to stay for a few minutes in case somebody has a last minute question. And we promised that we were going to let you out in an hour, and we did accomplish that. I know time is very valuable, and that's why we were making sure that we accomplished it in the time that we promised. So I don't see any other questions. So, dear colleagues,
We can just go, I think.
I think we can. I think we can. So have a good evening. Thank you very much for the Office of Admissions. And Nadia, thank you very much in Jessica Fonseca Nader. And thank you to the Office of Communications at St. Thomas University. And to all of you, we hope to see you soon, and go Bobcats.
Good night.
Good night.